Hello students, today we are going to study class 6 bio and today we are going to deal with chapter number 3, that is the cell. Okay, and today first of all we are going to deal with cell. So what is cell? Cell is the basic unit of life. Cell is the basic unit of life. All the living being things, plants or animals are made up of from cells. Just as a house is made up of bricks, in the similar way, a living organism is made up of cells. These cells are the building blocks of the plants and animals. So what is cell? This is a basic structure in our body. Okay, we all are made up of cells, and this one of the smallest unit present in our body is cell. But what is happening? You have seen the building now, and you must have seen that walls of the buildings are made up of brick. You can see in figure 3.1. Here you can see the wall of a building. It is made up of bricks. So brick is one of the smallest structural basic unit of life. Okay. In the similar way as the bricks make a building, in the similar way the cells make our body. They are the basic structural functional unit of our life. You must have seen a banyan tree, baby, a human being, a plant. These all vary from one another greatly. But there is one similarity between them. Everything, whether it's a plant, whether it's an animal, whether it's a baby, they all are made up of cell. So cell is the smallest unit of life which has a definite structure and perform a specific function. So here you can see cell is here you can see the leaf of a plant that is made up of the cells. Here the cell is the basic smallest unit and it has a definite structure. That means its structure is fixed and every cell perform one specific function. They perform one particular functions and they can't be seen our naked eyes. We all are made up of cells, but we can't see our cells. Why so? Because the cells are very, very small in size. We can't see them with our naked eyes. If you want to see the cell, then we have to use the microscope. Now next is number, shape and size of the cell. First of all, we are going to deal with number. All the living organisms are made up of cells, but the number of cells vary from organism to organism. In some of the organisms, it can be a single cell. In other, there can be millions, trillions, thousands of cells can be there. So the number of cells vary from organism to organism. So now turn to another page, that is page number 43. So the number of cells in plants and animals vary greatly. Okay, while some of the organisms, what is happening, or they are made up of only one cell. Such organisms that are made up of only one cell are known as unicellular organisms. Uni means single, one. And the examples of organisms you can see: amoeba, paramecium, euglena, chlamydomonas and bacteria. Here in figure you can see the two unicellular organisms, that is amoeba and euglena. You can see here the different labelings: pseudopodia that help them in their movement, food vacuole in the digestion of food, they are helping them out, food particle, it's coming close to here, the pseudopodia is closed and then they are pushed back to the food vacuoles. The membrane, the outermost boundary of these walls that provide them the safety. Okay, the cytoplasm, nucleus, the main functional unit of this amoeba, and then contractile vacuole. Now euglena, mitochondria, nucleus, nucleolus, nucleus, flagellum. This flagellum helps them in the movement. Contractile vacuole, Golgi apparatus, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticular membrane. You are going to deal with this, all these labelings later on. The description must be provided later on. That's why I'm not going in detail of every labeling right now. Now the other category of organisms are that they are which is known as the multicellular organisms. They are made up of many cells, more than one cells or many cells. So what are the organisms that are made up of many cells? Here you can see the example: boy, girl, rat. These all are what? multicellular organisms. Why multicellular? Because they are made up of more than one cell. Now again we are going to deal with the shape. The shape, there are different many types of cells in our bodies of the multicellular organisms. We are made up, our body is comprised of many cells, and every cell vary in its shape. Okay, some cells are spherical, some are long, some have the pointed ending. So the shape of cells vary greatly. Here in figure 3.5 you can see different cells. Now neuron cells, you can see the structure. Okay, you can see columnar cell, it's just like in the shape of a column. White blood cells in the shape of spherical. Red blood cells, it's also spherical. Muscle cells, they have the pointed ends. So their shape somewhat is dependent upon the what kind of functions they are going to perform. Okay, and every cell is performing different function. Red blood cells, they are spherical in shape and they carry oxygen around our body. Okay, this muscle cells, they are helping us in our movement. So every cell vary in the shape and they perform different function. Now come to another page, that is page number 44, size. So size of the cell is different. Each cell vary in the sizes. Okay, some are very small, some are very comparatively. So cells vary in their sizes. Some can be very small, millionth of a meter, okay, while some are a few centimeters. Some can be of very microscopic, they can't be seen even by the naked eyes. So they are very small, they can't be seen by our naked eyes. So bacterial cells are very extremely small and their length is about 0.1 micrometer to 0.5 micrometer. That means very small. We can't even imagine to see them. Okay, for that, if you want to just look at them, we have to use the microscope. Bacterium mycoplasm is the smallest cells, having the size of 0.1 micrometer, one of the smallest cell. But some cells are even long cells, but they are thin and they cannot be seen in the microscope. For example, the muscle cells in the animals, they are a few centimeters, but these can't be even not seen by the naked eyes. Why so? Because they are very thin. To look them also, we have to use the microscope. So some of the cells, however, big, but they can also can't be seen by the naked eyes. Why? Because they must be very thin. So this cell, that a single cell that can be viewed by eyes, is a hen's egg. Okay, the egg that you eat now, that is a single cell that you can see by your naked eyes. And one of the largest single cell is the of ostrich egg. Why? Because it's somewhat, it is of 17 centimeters long. Okay, and that you can see by your naked eyes. So the single cell that you can see by your naked eyes is of the hen's egg that you eat. Okay, so for today I'm going to deal with this number, shape and size only. That's over. Now it's time for the assignment. Now come to page number 45. Okay, here you can see now, test your understanding. 4 true and false are given over here. That is your assignment for today. Thank you, students.